Hi, today I'm going to talk about how you can present and share your ClioVis timeline. So ClioVis has a really cool presentation feature. It kind of allows you to present your timeline like a slideshow. But just like a slideshow, you might want to reorder how you're presenting your events event nodes. And so to do that, there's another tool called Open Event List that we're going to talk about first. So this might be helpful because if I want to give a short, effective presentation on this timeline of 17 events, I might only want to focus on 4 or 5 of them that really convey the main idea I'm trying to talk about. So what I can do is open event list. Like I said, go to tools and then open event list. And you see you get a chronological list of all the events on your timeline. So now let's say I just want to talk about my intro, and then after talking about a couple of these events, jump to my conclusion. You know, not all timelines have an intro or conclusion node, but the concept still applies for how you can reorder your events. So let's say I want to insert it after construction starts on the 3rd Capitol building. I've already reordered these a bit, so they're not quite chronological, but if I click insert after selected event, you can see there, I have my conclusion event there now. Another way you can move these events is by clicking, holding. You can also do send to top, send to bottom, then like I just showed, insert after selected event. So now I've sort of reordered the events on my timeline and prepared them for a presentation. All right, so I'm going to close out of that. Now, when I'm ready to present, I can go to Tools and Start Presentation. And as you see here, it presents my event sort of like a slide in a slideshow. And I can click Expand Slide, and now I can move forward. And after I go through a few of my events, I get to my conclusion, and then I can end there. So I've just showed you how you can reorder your events and then present them to a crowd using the presentation feature on ClioVis. Great. Okay. So now you're done with that, and now you want to share your timeline. And there are a couple ways we can do that. So we're going to look at the Export tab, and you can download your timeline as a document or a CSV, but we're going to really focus on sort of the share timeline feature. So to do that, you're going to create a snapshot. I'm going to name this snapshot 3, let's say, and then it creates a link that takes people to my timeline. And so when you're taking a snapshot, you're really taking a snapshot of what's on your timeline in that very moment. If I go back and I make changes now to my timeline, it's not going to appear on this snapshot that I just took. So as you can see, you can share it on Twitter, share it on Reddit, and then you can get a link. So a link is a super easy way to share your timeline. You can send it to friends, family, anyone you want to share it to. You could publish it. And most importantly, if you're working in a classroom environment, this is a great way to get your students to submit your timeline. So in this sample project here, you can scroll down, and then as you see, there's a place for me to enter my URL, and I can just paste that there, and then I can submit assignment. And now this is an example, so ignore that. But yeah, so that's how you use sort of the link feature on ClioVis, and you can look at a snapshot there. But if you also want to embed your timeline, you can click embed there and then just copy the embed text, and that looks something like this. So this is an embedded timeline, a not even pass that we're looking at here. And it fits right into the web page. So great. Those are the ways that you can present and sort of share your ClioVis timeline quick and easy. Like I said, again, you can also download it as a document, but that doesn't show sort of this visual layout that ClioVis has. It downloads sort of all your text in a different format. But great. If you have any more questions, you can go to ClioVis.com, and we have a bunch more tutorials there.